Hey guys, it's Dan or Crazy Bad Cuber. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a Q&A off Facebook, like usual. But unlike usual, I'm going to do it face-to-face and not, commentating over some solves. So let's see what you guys want to know. Seems like I have 69 comments, which is fitting because we're going to have a good time. Alright, the first one comes from Elgin or Elgin Johnson. He wants to know how the truck driving is going. I made a video about that. It's on my Crazy Bad Trucker channel if you want to check it out. It's my most recent video because it was my last video. Tyler wants to know, do you like NASCAR? Short answer is no, sorry. John Reese wants to know, have you taught anyone how to solve a Rubik's Cube? Well, the last time I looked at my how to solve a Rubik's Cube on YouTube, it had 70,000 views, so I'm going to have to say yes. John Ware wants to know, what cube do you solve the most? So that'd be the 3x3, and right now I'm using a Hualong. I've changed that from my Gans 356. It's really, really good. I'll have a review coming out soon. It'll probably be a pretty decent review because I've had it for a while. I think it'll be a fair review. Ryan says, who is your favorite guitarist or musician in general? I don't have a favorite guitarist anymore. When I was a kid, I did because I was younger and I had like idols and things like that. But now I don't really. But I would say as far as a musician goes, I would have to say it would be Maynard James Keenan. I just like anything he does with his band Tool, A Perfect Circle, Pucifer, and he's also just a really good person. I cannot pronounce your name, Guillermo. Which puzzle took you the longest to solve besides the Trapun puzzles? That would be the 5x5 Ghost Cube. I would say the 6x6, but I haven't solved it yet. But I think that, as far as I know, the 5x5 took the longest out of all of them. But it probably will be superseded by the 6x6. Correction from John Reese. Have you taught anyone how to solve a Rubik's Cube in person? Well, being a cuber, a lot of people have asked how to solve it, and I've tried to explain it, and they've kind of gone through it. But once you get to the algorithm stage, they basically just lose interest unless they're really into it. But once you get that first solve, and you finally solve the cube for the first time, I think that's when most people want to learn different, or want to keep going at that point. But I think the general population will give up at some point. So I don't think that I've fully taught anyone how to solve the Rubik's Cube in person. Katie Howe, Katie, C-A-I-T-I, what do you think about girl cubers? You just point me in that direction. No, I don't know. It's just any other cuber. There's definitely far less girl cubers than there are male cubers. That's for sure. But I find that the girl cubers that I've seen at competitions as well as on YouTube, they seem to be pretty fast. So maybe if more girls started to cube, they would just take over. Tyler says, Android or Apple? The big question. This is the biggest debatable question in the world, I think, besides PC or Apple. Anyways, I'm using an iPhone, but I've decided that probably the next time in about 6 months when my contract is up and I get a new phone, I'm probably going to go to Android. I've had enough of Apple. It's the same thing over and over and over again. Alexander wants to know, do you know how to dance? I don't know how to dance. I used to kind of be into hip-hop dancing when I was a kid, but I think that was more just attention-seeking crap. No, I don't know how to dance. I have absolutely no interest in it. Garrett wants to know, on a scale of 1 to 10, how I would rate myself as a guitarist. I think any rating I give myself would be a little bit egotistical. But my friends say I'm good. I think I'm okay. Damien wants to know how old I am. I am 34, believe it or not. Isaac Langer asks a very good question. This is one of the type of questions I wish there was more of. What are your favorite and least favorite parts of doing YouTube? Well, I wouldn't be anywhere on YouTube without you guys. So my favorite part is making videos and reading what you guys have to say about it, as long as you're not just being critical just to be critical. Constructive criticism is cool, but just criticism is just complaining. You know what I mean? There's a total difference between those two. So I think that you guys obviously are my favorite part of doing YouTube. That's why I do it. My least favorite part of YouTube is in the similar of what I just said too. It's sort of you make all these videos. Now this is my 602nd video, and I still have 300 more that are unlisted that you guys can't see. So 900 videos, but anyway, so 602 videos, and somebody will come along and just criticize it or complain about something. I've never heard of them, but I've worked for years to make them free content, and the very first thing they say is a complaint. Like, I'm starting to, well, I have learned to kind of ignore it, but sometimes it just, I don't know. It's annoying. It's irritating when that kind of thing happens, when people do that type of thing. But I'm starting to ignore it more and more. But still, that old crazy bad cuber can come out and retaliate and lash out a little bit here and there. It happens. So let's go on to the next one. Why did you get a new camera, and what kind is it? Well, I got a new camera to make better videos. I want to upload 1080p, 60 frames a second. My last camera could do 1080p, but it couldn't do 60 frames a second, so I just uploaded at 720p because obviously it was just easier to render and it didn't take so much time to make videos. But if I'm going to do 1080p at 60 frames a second to make it look a lot better, I need the better camera. And so I got the better camera, and I think it's doing a great job. As far as what kind it is, it's a Sony a6000. It's a pretty good camera, does tend to overheat, and the battery goes really, really quick. Michael Womack, a very familiar fellow, wants to know what got you into doing the Lego channel. Well, thank you for this opportunity, Michael, to allow me to further advertise my Lego channel. It's called Crazy Bad Bricks, and it's doing very well. It has over 5,300 subscribers in a month, which isn't too bad. It's got the attention of quite a few of the bigger Lego channels on YouTube as well, because they're impressed with what I'm doing. So that makes me feel very optimistic for the future, and it makes me feel very good about doing it. But why did I do it? Well, I've always wanted to make a second channel. I've tried to make some second channels. I made a magic channel. I made the trucking channel, which would have kept going if I kept trucking, but I didn't, so it stopped. The magic channel I just lost interest in because I didn't really, I don't know, I just didn't really like the community on YouTube when it comes to magic, I guess. That's just my personal preference. But the Lego channel is just, I thought, okay, I'm going to make another channel, but I'm going to think really hard about what I want to do. I want to do something I'm not going to get sick of, and I've always loved Lego. When I was a kid, I couldn't get Lego. So now that I'm an adult and I make money with work and stuff, I can buy it and I can film it because I love filming and I love editing and I love making time lapses and all that kind of stuff. So it just seemed like the perfect fit for me. And also, Lego channels can get into the millions of subscribers if you're good enough. And I have huge plans for my Lego channel. I just don't have the space or the resources to do that right now. So I'm just doing what I can. Rob wants to know, how many cubes do you have? I'm not sure, to be honest. I lost count a while ago. I'm not a huge collector anymore like I used to be. I would rather sell a puzzle I don't want to get money to buy something else, whether it be my guitar equipment or buy Lego or new camera and stuff like that, new lighting. I would estimate that I'd probably have around 60 puzzles at the moment. Michael Kong wants to know, what do you think about people copying your design on your cube and selling it with a different brand sticker? Well, that really depends on what you're talking about. I haven't had anything mass-produced yet. There are a couple of mine being mass-produced, and at that point, that's not my problem. That's the manufacturer's problem. If you're talking about my own personal puzzles, well, I do own intellectual copyright on those things, so there have been a couple of people that tried to mass produce by hand some of my designs that I sell. And all I do is just make a fake account and order one from them. And once I get their PayPal address, I contact PayPal and I say, this person's selling it, here's the proof, and here's the proof that I own it. Their PayPal gets shut down. It's not really that hard. People who try to do that aren't really thinking. That's the problem. Josh wants to know, what is your favorite cuber? I think he's probably asking, who is my favorite cuber? I would have to say the Cube Dude. He does a really good job. I watch his videos. He's got a second channel. He does stuff. I met him in person. He's a really nice guy. I just enjoy the way he makes videos, you know, and he's a very responsible person too, which is really good. So to answer your question, it's the Cube Dude. I really like that guy. Do you like pizza? Not at all. Jacob wants to know, how many times a day do you solve a puzzle on average? I would think that I speed solve 3x3 about an hour a day, but I don't do anything to get better. It's just to pass time. Scott wants to know, what is your ultimate goal as a speed cuber? I don't have a goal as a speed cuber anymore. I mean, I still time myself and everything, so I guess I could classify myself as a speed cuber, but I'm not like really fast. I'm a YouTube cuber. That's what I like to do. What was your first puzzle that wasn't an official competition cube? Does a Rubik's Cube count? Nobody uses those. But no, I understand what you mean. I would have to say, I think it was the Rex Cube, actually. Or maybe it was a 4x4x5. I don't know. It was something like that. Michael wants to know, where's your beard? I never really had a beard. I've always had like this stuff going on, but it's never been like I guess I had a full beard at one point, and Aaron didn't like that, and I had to shave it off. But yeah, I've never really rocked a full beard before. Anyways, guys, that's the video. I'll make another Q&A soon if you guys like this, so let me know by clicking the like button if you like it, or click the dislike button if you don't want any more of these. They've always been a huge success in the past, so hopefully you guys will like it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.